the worst break-off we've seen these last couple of days. Luckily for Mark Selby, he didn't get to see any of Joe O'Connor's match against John Higgins, because it would have given him a few doubts. Joe O'Connor was pretty much immaculate in that match.
Yeah, as I said, the first match yesterday that he played was against Selby. He lost 3-0, and the temptation then was to think, well, he's out of his league here with these big hitters, but not a bit of it. He's been so good, particularly today, in the last sort of couple of hours, actually.
Yeah, he had a good win against Neil Robertson first off this morning. Could have been so different, as it always is in all these groups. There's always little twists and turns that could go the other way. But Neil Robertson missed a red on 34 in a decider when it looked like he was going to go on and win. But he missed, and Joe did what he needed to do. He stepped in and won the frame. And he's sort of gone from strength to strength, really. And he'll know all about Selby, I'm pretty sure. They've practiced together a few times, seeing as they both live quite close to each other.
Yeah.
Joe will know he's going to have to play equally as well as he has done so far today to stand any chance in this final. But if he handles the situation and he handles his own nerves and expectations, he knows his game's in good nick. It's just how he deals with the occasion. Fortunate there, caught that red much too thin. Obviously when you're playing safe, your target is the baulk cushion, so the fact that he's come up in and out of baulk in behind the brown tells you he hit that one too thin and too hard. He'll be delighted with how it's finished. This is not an easy hit really for Mark Selby. Can't play the one cushion escape. He's just so good at that kind of shot. You think you've got him in trouble, and you just come to the table and there's just nothing there. He's just so good defensively. You have to really work hard to get any chances out of Mark Selby.
Well, he was desperately looking for cover here. Is that red? And a little bit close to the corner.
One.
Good pot, but not the kindest of nudges. He knew he was going into the reds, just hoped to get a slightly thicker contact. So it doesn't look like he's going to be tempted by the green, so
Yellow ball.
keeping it tight early on. Nothing wrong with that.
Mark Selby, 1.
Selby's got a great record in finals. In ranking events, he once won 11 in a row, and that run only ended at the shootout, which obviously is a 10-minute frame against Ryan Day, then won his next 3. So if you kind of take out that shootout, that's an incredible run. to not lose a ranking final like over a 7-year period. All the kind of logic points towards Selby, but the fact is Joe O'Connor has got a very good chance the way he's playing, the way he's feeling coming into it. As I say, he was a late entrant into the event, so it was just a bonus in the first place to get into Group 7.
Selby just looking to find an awkward spot there, but I have left Joe O'Connor shot to nothing here. He gets close to this pot. Cue ball will be tracking nicely back up to baulk.
Joe O'Connor, of course, has been in a ranking final, Scottish Open last season, where Gary Wilson beat him. Currently ranked 30th in the world. Not been a good season. 4 last 32s in ranking events. Not been further than that. Hasn't qualified for the World Open next week. So his next snooker will be the World Championship qualifying. As he just grazes that red and catches the knuckle. Yeah, he would have got away with that, but for catching that bump in the middle pocket.
Yeah, he's left Selby a couple of reds to go at here, but as you can see, cue ball's close to that side cushion, so he's got to dig down to get some backspin, hold for the black. So pressure on this, because he'd be leaving the cue ball right in amongst all the reds, should it not go in. It did go in, went in very, very clean, and now this is the first real opportunity, and it's a pretty good one. A few open reds here, black available. That continued strong safety from Selby eventually caused a mistake.
Eight. Nine.
Well, he's so associated, isn't he, with the long matches at the World Championship at the Crucible, where he's triumphed 4 times, but pretty handy in any format. This, of course, one of the shortest on the circuit. Need best of 5s, keep you on your toes.
$16.
It's the sort of length he would have played at Willie Thorne's, you know, in all those junior events growing up, where he learnt his trade as a boy. Not far from here. Sadly, the club no longer around. It's I think it's offices now, the site of it. But what memories for the likes of Mark and the other players of his generation in the UK.
Yeah, I played there many times as well. Used to have a monthly tournament, the Willie Form one day up. It was
17.
always an event. You knew if you'd ever come out the victor in that one on a Sunday, you knew you was going places. All the best amateurs in the country used to enter that. Very popular event.
Yeah, of course,
24.
Willie sadly passed away. That actually would have been his birthday last week. Still much missed. Brother Malcolm
25.
ran the club and guided Mark in his young career, gave him free practice as long as he brushed and ironed the tables and just helped generally in the club.
Thirty-two. $33. 38. 39.
Oh, it's going to get a little bit more difficult from here on in. Red's not quite so nicely situated in the middle of the table. Oh, that helps. What a wonderful shot. Brought more reds into play. Always knew he was going to run the red to the left corner, but
46.
would have been hoping to have something like this. And he played that beautifully.
$47.
Yeah, he's played a good frame so far, and it's in his hands. Still whether he wins it here. Mark Selby's won so many big tournaments, the World Championship 4 times, but he'll treat every final he's in exactly the same. He wants to win them all. Well, he's gone through the gap between the two reds, so that's not great at all.
54.
No, any kind of cannon there on either of the two reds, you would expect he would have been nicely positioned, but like you say, straight through the gap, and probably end of break. Just nudge this red a little bit closer to the side cushion and keep hold of that 55-point advantage. But Joe O'Connor, nothing nice to go at here, but he'd just be
Mark
happy
Selby,
to come back to the
54.
table, still being able to win this frame. He's in a bit of trouble here, Joe O'Connor. Usually if you can't get back to baulk, you look to just find a safe space on this bottom cushion, but obviously that not available. done well there. That was an incredibly difficult shot, acknowledged by Mark Selby. He'll appreciate that one, being the tactical genius he is. It was a very clever shot and well played shot from Joe O'Connor. Got himself out of a sticky situation there.
Well, all the stars aligning for Joe O'Connor. The fact that he got in the event, came through, made that 200 maximum, you know, was in trouble ahead of tonight's session, has battled into the final. Mark Selby really should have won this frame by now. But here we go. This red has travelled towards the yellow pocket and scoring chance for O'Connor.
One. Four. Five.
Well, intentionally brought the black into play there. He didn't have to, but now he's on it. It's going to help. Could have done with another couple of rolls there. Wanted this red to be a little bit straighter than this.
12.
Still okay, he can still knock it in, but he's going to have to manoeuvre the cue ball, I feel, round off side and bottom cushion. Try and get far enough up the table for the black, possibly pink in the middle. Or can he get enough into the cue ball just to play it off one cushion? Well, he could.
30.
He's recovered the situation very nicely. So that one red on the right-hand side of the table is going to be the problem, you feel, but just looking at the table now, the red closest to it is in a perfect position. If you can land on it nicely and pot that red and bring the other red into play. So, as tough as it looks, could work out okay for Joe O'Connor here. Much prefer the black to go on its own spot. Referee just having a little measure up there, and it's okay.
20.
So that's in his favour as well.
$21. 27.
He's just coming round now to have a look. He's 2 shots ahead here. So pot the red, followed by the black, and leave an angle on the next red to bring the difficult red into play. So next couple of shots could determine whether Joe O'Connor steals the frame from this visit.
28.
That looks just about perfect. So what he doesn't want to do here is hit the red full in the face, because the cue ball will just stick to the side cushion. If you can just catch the red half ball, nudge it towards the middle, bring the white out nicely for the pink. A new favourite in this frame.
$36.
I think what's
42.
impressive about him, he has this sort of unbothered way about him. Just watching him, doesn't rush himself. Outwardly looks calm. Inwardly, who knows how he feels, but kind of makes him dangerous, I think. Just he has a bit of presence actually around the table. Not in a showy way at all, but just that calm is quite intimidating in a way.
$43.
Key shot. If he gets this one right, no reason why he shouldn't go on and win this frame. Oh, he may have overhit this. No, he has, by quite some distance. So that's a bit of a let-off for Mark Selby. After all that hard work,
47.
he would have thought Joe O'Connor would have gone on and finished this visit off, but not to be. So try and lay a good safety shot here, maybe even a snooker. Keep control of the table. He's right back in the frame now, and if he can lay a good snooker, he's pretty
Joe
much
O'Connor.
favourite.
47.
Tap on the table from Selby. Yeah, he ended it well, obviously wanted to continue the break. It seemed that he took a long time playing the brown. He was always going to play it and maybe just built it up too much, but he recovered to at least get the snooker. Good hit, but where's this yellow? Well, he's got a very good cue ball, and the yellow is away from the pocket. Dramatic start then to this Championship League final.
Yeah, it was a good effort. Got close to that. importantly, didn't leave it for Selby. So at the moment, with how the balls are, you would expect it to be whoever gets first clear shot of the yellow will go on and win, but it doesn't always work out like that. Doesn't want this cue ball to going off. Oh, that would have been disastrous for Mark Selby. Cue ball would have been in hand and pretty much would have been frame over. So he caught that one a little bit too thin, but he got away with it. Yeah, Joe just come and look at the potting angle here, so maybe feels it's the right time to attack. Doesn't have to. A pretty simple safety shot. Hit ball cushion first, hit the yellow full ball, leave the cue ball where the yellow is. That's okay. If you're going to miss the yellow, miss it thin. That would always been in the back of his mind.
Well, he got very close there to getting in tight behind the brown. One shot changed things for Selby. He was sailing along nicely. Just one positional shot where he found a gap between two reds rather than just flicking one of them. That put an end to his contribution. Then, of course, later he left that red to the yellow pocket that got O'Connor in. But it's all about this yellow now.
But he's held his own in this little tactical exchange. If anything, he's played the better shots so far. He's had Selby on the back foot for the most part. That's what you have to do. You can't necessarily beat Mark Selby at the tactical side, but you have to compete. And there you go. Good shots from Joe O'Connor, and now he's got his reward. So 8 points behind, up to and including the pink will be enough, and this will be a good frame to win because trailing by over 50 points, and he's got the better of the tactical exchange against the tactical master. All good positive vibes for Joe O'Connor.
Yeah, 3 pots to take the opening frame. As I say, Selby was looking at certainty for it earlier on. It's his chance to really put his stamp on this match. But O'Connor has stood tall. He won the safety battle. And if he pots this pink,
14.
he'll be 2 frames from winning his first professional title. Very interesting start. The frame was well and truly in the balance until Mark Selby left that yellow. Joe O'Connor makes the little clearance and he leads 1-0.